Narine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Welcome again, everyone, for the Sunday morning session on journey of self-discovery. And today we're going to have a new topic being discussed from the book called Journey of Self-Discovery. Just open the topic. Okay. So the topic is called Pleasing the Perfect Master. Right? It's a lecture given by Prabhupada in very early years of ISKCON. So we'll see who is the perfect master and why you have to please him and what is happening right now. It is the first part of the session. And all the discussions we are having by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, who is the inspiration for us. He has got all the recordings of his talks, teachings in the form of books, where we can go and again refer them and enlighten ourselves and move forward in the journey of spiritual life. So offering our offering our attitude to Prabhupada, let's move forward the session. So it is a lecture given by Prabhupada in September 1968 in Seattle, Washington. Prabhupada says, can somebody in this meeting say that he is not a servant of anybody or anything? No, because our constitutional position is to serve. Then he proposes an idea new to most of his listeners. If you agree to serve Krishna, gradually you'll realize that Krishna is also serving you. Right? So Prabhupada is going to explain how serving Krishna, the soul can enjoy unlimited happiness. So basically, Prabhupada is going to tell us in this lecture about how right now, as living entities, all of us are doing our service. But this service is all ending up with frustration, disappointment, bewilderment. So how to have our fulfillment of our service or perfection of our doing service to actually get real happiness, ultimate happiness in our endeavors is what Prabhupada is going to explain to us now. Okay, so fine. So I think this slide didn't appear. I'm going to again display. As you can see, Prabhupada gave this lecture in 1968 in Seattle, right? And Prabhupada is talking about as living entities, we are all servants. We are all having this attitude of doing service. But where to serve is what is the thing which have confusion and problem. So we have to serve Krishna. That is what Prabhupada is going to explain very nicely from scriptures. Okay. So now, one second. Prabhupada is going to begin his talk by telling us that there are three kinds of miseries. Saved it where it is. Okay. Fine. Anyway, I think I edited the file, but I think it is missing. Doesn't matter. So let's go with this. Fine. So Prabhupada first is going to tell us that there are three kinds of miseries. And what are these three kinds of miseries? Prabhupada is going to explain to us. Right now, what is the situation right now? In this material world, everyone is trying to search out happiness and get relief from misery. That's what we are trying to do right now. Right? All of us are looking for happiness. Right? And this is what our whole endeavor in life is. There's a statement in the Vedas, it says, Atyantika dukkha nuvritti. Anything we do in the material world, right now, in our any activity, we want to be free from problems, miseries, troubles, get rid of problems, right? Health-wise, if you see, I want to be always healthy. And with regard to, say, any legal aspects, nobody should have any case on me or with my property. Or I am running an institution or a factory or a firm. No employee should have any problems with me. No complaint should be there. So everybody, just even the topmost executive, say Prime Minister, also want to see all people are happy. So this is our aspiration. This is our desire, that we want to see that all of us are looking for a happy, peaceful, comfortable life and relieve ourselves from miserable situations. But contrary to this, there are three kinds of miseries which we are all experiencing day in and day out. Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika, and Adhidaivika. What is Adhyatmika? These three kinds of miseries which Prabhupada is trying to tell us. All of us are experiencing one of them every time, or a combination of two or three, all of them. Adhyatmika miseries are those caused by the body and mind themselves. Adhyatmika means pertaining to mind and body. What is this misery actually? For example, when there is some disarrangement of the different functions of the metabolism within the body, we get a fever or some pain. The Bhagavatam is a nice description. When Parikshit Maharaj is on a tour, when he becomes the emperor of the whole world, 5,000 years ago history, he happens to meet Mother Earth in the form of a cow. So she is very much in a sorry state of affairs. And then Mother Earth and as well as Bull he meets. Both of them are in a very sorry state of affairs. Their legs are broken. They are very, very, going through a lot of pain and sorrow. This is exactly the situation of people in Kali Yuga. So Bhagavatam is giving a very allegorical description of how people of Kali Yuga are all, having one or the other disease every day or throughout their life. You may see them, happy, giving a happy face in the front, but in their personal life, you see they'll be going through a lot of health issues, health problems, and also the pain, just like pain of being away from relatives. Because I had to earn money, I had to go out of country, work there, send money to my family, and the pain from this family members here, they're all feeling separation from their beloved ones, husband or whatever, whoever it is, children. So like this, everybody is going through a lot of mental and physical issues personally. That's what this whole statement means. So here, there is some disarrangement of the different functions of the metabolism within the body, and we get a fever or some pain. And another kind of adhyatmika misery is caused by the mind, right? A living entity. We have a body now. Body means mind and senses. Physical body and our subtle body. Subtle body is mind, intelligence, ego. So both of them are causing us miseries right now. Suppose I lose someone who is dear to me, then my mind will be disturbed. It is also suffering. So diseases of the body or mental disturbances are adhyatmika miseries. So the miseries pertaining to body and mind are called adhyatmika miseries, the first type of misery. Then there are adhibhautika miseries, sufferings caused by other living entities. For example, human beings are sending millions of poor animals to the slaughterhouses daily. Right? We are killing so many animals. And all this will come as a reaction to us. The animals cannot express themselves, but they are undergoing great suffering. And we also suffer miseries caused by other living entities. Material nature is so stringent. When you have inflicted pain on other living entity, it will come as a karma reaction to you, today or tomorrow. nothing will go unnoticed, or nothing will go free in that way. No. The different types of calamities which right now all of us are experiencing, as earthquakes, recently earthquake in Southeast Asian countries, right? And many, many more will be, are all awaited. And many things have happened already. The plane crash or wars going on. Why all this is happening? Because you have caused pain to so many innocent living entities, animals. Every day, millions of animals are slaughtered just for our taste. The pain they go through will come back as a reaction to us. That is called Adi Bhautika. So the pain from other living entities, say your neighbors, are not happy with you, they're fighting with you always for some other reason. Or somebody, your business partner has separated from you and he's put a legal case on you. The scriptures say the aspects of legal problems in anybody's life is a big tension, because somebody has put a case on you or on your firm. It's a big tension, misery it is. And somebody is going through chronic diseases, adhyatmika. Right, like this, we go through this second variety of miseries called Adi Bhautika. Finally, the third one is called Adi Daivika miseries, those caused by higher authorities such as the demigods. So demigods also inflict pain upon us. So the pain inflicted by them is very much in the form of we saw earthquakes or floods, heavy rains, or scarcity of rains, excessive heat, excessive cold. These all, the demigods are managing this whole affairs of the universe. So they inflict pain upon us, depending on our level of piety, what type of activities we do. Accordingly, the devatas are giving us reactions. This is Adhidaivika, which all of us are experiencing. They say the summer has set in very early this time. Already temperatures are soaring. So this is called Adhidaivika. So Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika, Adhidaivika. Adhyatmika means pertinent to body, mind. Then Adhibhautika means miseries from other living entities. And Adhidaivika means supernatural forces. Devatas giving us problems. There may be famine, earthquake, flood, pestilence, so many things. They are Adidaivika sufferings. So what is the remedy? All of us are suffering now. So have you found out any counteraction for this or remedy for this? So we are always suffering one or more of these miseries. This is something which is called Tapatraya. Tapatraya. Traya means three. Tapa means pain. These three miseries everybody is experiencing. Either they have, some mental problem, health problem, or somebody is constantly troubling. Even in the house, there's a fight between husband, wife, or tension between, brothers, sisters, or children are fighting with children, with parents. Like this, there are so many things which we see. The pain from other living entities. Prabhupada says, you are walking in the street, suddenly one dog will start barking at you. This is called Adi Bhautika Klesha. Adi Bhautika misery. Right? Klesha, misery means, in Sanskrit it is called Klesha. It's a very painful situation. So, these miseries is called Tapatraya. Tapa means very painful. Either physically, mentally, a lot of pain. When there is earthquake, how much pain everybody has to go through. Even now they're going through. So like this, you have to understand, appreciate the statements of scriptures. But all of us are suffering one or more of these miseries every moment. This material nature is constituted in such a way that we have to suffer. It is God's law. Krishna's way, arrangement is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. This material world, everybody has to suffer. Because it's a place of suffering. Krishna says Dukkhalayam, means the place of suffering. Why suffering? Because we have forgotten Krishna and we are put in this prison, Durga, under the superintendence of Durga. This material world is a prison house. It's not a place of, we're living comfortably. No, you cannot stay comfortably here. It is a place of suffering and it's a temporary world. Right? This is what Krishna certifies this material world as. So this has to be realized. This material nature is constituted in such a way that we have to suffer. It is God's law. And we are trying to relieve the suffering by patchwork remedies. What we are trying to do? Okay, some problem has come up. Okay, I'll try to solve this way, that way. One problem you solve, and then from that, 10 more problems will come up. I'll give a simple example. Just like we have problem of communication, rather moving from one place to another. So we invented cars or vehicles. So to run the vehicles, you need fuel. And for that fuel, you have to extract the oil from oceans or wherever oil reserves. And that has to be transported. And it is in different countries. There is a lot of trade aspects involved. Ministries will be there, Ministry of Oil, Refinery, so many things. And that after that, to see that the vehicles are moving smoothly from one place to another place, you have to have roads, the road department. And to see that all the vehicles are following the rules, regulations, there is a separate, licenses being given, registration of vehicles, vehicle manufacture, like this whole set of things. Just for what? For your communication, or rather you're commuting from one point to other point. And with this comes so many other problems. Road accidents, pollution, and right now trade wars, right? Tariffs being put in different countries, and how it is going to affect us. Recently, I heard that the rates of the fuel is going up. It's gone up already. The LPG is going to cost us 50 rupees more. So like this, somewhere there's some political, geopolitical problem, then it will affect everybody. Let's see how many problems. So like this, we are all trying to do some patchwork and trying to adjust some things, but actually, there's not a solution. Everyone is trying to get relief from suffering. It's a fact. The whole struggle for existence is aimed at getting out of suffering. Right? We began with the statement that Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti. All of us want to come out of the sufferings. There are various kinds of remedies that we use to try to relieve our suffering. Right? Always, our life is, if you analyze our life, what's happening is, so many problems we are going through, and we want to solve those problems. That's all. Our life is we're trying to find out solution for the problems. Right? Maybe in your house, suddenly there is some maintenance problem with regard to water leakage. Oh, if everything was fine, suddenly tank is leaking. So how to find out to get a plumber, do that, do this. Like that, one after another, only problem. Right? Every day if you analyze your life, full of problems. But nobody wants to suffer. But much contrary to our desire, aspiration, we are suffering every moment. This you have to understand. One remedy is offered by the modern scientists, one by the philosophers, another by the atheists, another by the theists, another by the fruity workers. There are so many ideas. If you take an example of health problem, if you go to the social media or YouTube or whatever, internet, you'll have 101 things being told about the same problem, how to solve it. Right? You have some health problem. If you just Google what is the solution for this, you'll get 100 things. If you go on trying 100 things, you'll go crazy. Right? Everybody has their own theory. Something worked for someone. It may not work for everybody. But they have made it as a rule. Oh, this has worked for me, it will work for you also. Definitely it will work for you. So like this, there are so many types of remedies, solutions being offered everywhere. I am going to give you a solution. Somebody is sick, the relatives come and give you 100 solutions, right? Free advice. Okay, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this also. Or for example, a student who has just passed his 12th standard, there will be 100 advices given by different people. Neighbors give some advice, relatives give some advice, what to do. The child will finally get confused what to do. Right? Like this, every advice looks like as though it is, oh, very nice, very good. This is what is happening. But according to the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, you can get free of all your suffering if you simply change your consciousness to Krishna consciousness. That's all. This is what Prabhupada is trying to offer us. Any other type of a material solution for your problems is only a patchwork. It will not give you permanent solution. So next question is, why are we suffering, first of all? Why should I suffer? What did I do that I should suffer? Important question. Prabhupada, it is simple way answers. All our sufferings are due to ignorance. And what is ignorance? Ignorance is that we have forgotten that we are eternal servants of Krishna. It's a very important point Prabhupada is trying to make here. We are suffering right now. We are going through different types of miseries every moment. And we are trying to find out solution for them, which we are not able to get. Solution is in taking up the path of bhakti, devotional service, Krishna consciousness. But why are we suffering, first of all? Suffering is because we have forgotten that we are eternal servants of Krishna. How does it amount to suffering? Let's understand. Right? Prabhupada explains this through a statement from one of the acharyas. It's a nice Bengali verse that explains this point. Krishna bahirmukha hana bhoga vancha kare. Nikatastha maya tare japatiya dhare. As soon as our original Krishna consciousness becomes polluted with the consciousness of material enjoyment, the idea that I want to lord it over the resources of matter, our troubles begin. A very important philosophical point of our understanding in today's discussion is this point. Right? What has happened is, right now, we are going through problems, troubles, sufferings. And we're trying to figure out how to solve the problems. But we're not able to get solutions. So Prabhupada is trying to do root analysis. What is the cause of your trouble? Why are you suffering? Why are you put in this trouble? Now, somebody is suffering from some disease, as he's suffering from, say, cholera or smallpox. He must have contacted that virus, that particular strain of that bacteria somewhere down the line. That's why, he has got the disease. He got infected with the disease. So he'll suffer from the disease. Say, for instance, one more example of somebody who is doing business. He suffered loss. Why? Because somewhere at one point of time, he did not properly manage his business, did not manage his funds properly. Some problem happened. So finally, it amounted to loss. Likewise, if you analyze every aspect of in our life or others, what you're experiencing as their life and different happenings, why this person is suffering because of this. So, but the root, if you go to the actual problem is that I am actually spirit soul. I am connected to Krishna. This is my actual situation, constitutional situation. This situation of my being connected to Lord Krishna and my relationship with Krishna is polluted. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. My relation with Krishna is polluted means that relation is, I've forgotten. I don't remember that I am connected to Krishna. Krishna Bhuliya Jiva. And in the material world, I am thinking I am independent. Just like a child, small child, thinks I am independent. I did not depend on my father, mother. I will do whatever I want. What will happen? It will end up in disaster. His life will be disaster. Where it will lead, what it will do, where it will go. Right? If a child thinks I'm independent, it is helpless actually. Likewise, our situation in the material world is helpless situation. But we want to become independent and want to, Prabhupada use the word, lord over. I want to, become the controller. I want to, do the things the way I want. I want to manipulate the resources. This is a problem. So forgetting Krishna means When our consciousness is polluted with the thoughts that I am independent, I can exist without anybody's support, I can figure out what to do in this material world, I can manage, I can manipulate. This is how everybody's trying to do things. Right? So when this consciousness is predominant, this is called material consciousness, polluted consciousness. As spirit, soul, or actual consciousness is what? I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am servant of Krishna. It's like the child example I gave you. Remember always. Child, it is utterly dependent on its parents. Small child. If it starts thinking I'm independent, I can do anything I want, it will end up in disaster. The same situation has happened to us. Right? So we have our consciousness has got polluted and we have thinking we are independent of Krishna and we are trying to exploit the resources of nature in our own way. That is causing many, many problems. So as soon as the original Krishna consciousness becomes polluted with the consciousness of material enjoyment, the idea that I want to lord it over the resources of matter, our troubles begin. This is the cause of suffering. Our forgetfulness of Krishna is the cause of suffering. Very important philosophical point. Immediately we fall into Maya illusion. As soon as we forget the traffic rules and want to take our vehicle or drive our vehicle our own way, maybe in one way we are going in opposite direction, what happens? Immediately you're penalized. The police constable there, traffic police constable will catch you. If the offense is quite severe, then he will put you behind the bars also. Likewise, when we want to forget our actual situation and do things on our own, immediately there is an agent of Krishna known as Maya, this material nature. We come under her grips, her influence. Nikatastha Maya Tare means Maya is there. Maya means police department of Krishna. She is there to give corrective actions for us, or rather correct our mentality. That's why she is. Police means always punishing. You have to understand that you have done something wrong, so you get corrected. Everyone in the material world is thinking, I can enjoy this world to my best capacity. It is the mentality everyone is having in the material world. I want to enjoy, you want to enjoy. The same person, the same land is being claimed by 10 people. What happens? This is my land. This is my land. Why there are legal fights in the court on property matters? Because everybody is claiming this is my property. No, this is my property. How? I have got records. No, this person is uncovering my property. This is what happens. Everybody wants to enjoy world in their own way. That's the point. Right? Very nice. Prabhupada is giving us a very deep philosophical insight with regard to what's happening with us. Everyone in the material world is thinking, I can enjoy this world to my best capacity. From the tiny ant up to the highest living creature, Brahma, everyone is trying to become a lord. Right? Nobody wants to become a servant. Everybody wants to become. Lord means I am the master, I can enjoy, I am the proprietor, I am the best well-wisher. It is the mood. It is called master, lording over. Or what I become Lord. Lord means everybody should be under my control. Everybody should listen to me. This is called lording. I should be the order giver. So in your country, many politicians are canvassing to become the president. Right? We see during the political rallies what happens. Why? They want to become some kind of lord. There is illusion. Because once you stand for election, what is the agenda? What is the intention behind anybody wanting to become a politician? Actually speaking, generally speaking. Because somebody, I become the member of parliament or become the minister. Oh, I get power. Power means lording. With that power, I can rule the citizens, country, and I can do so many things. There's illusion, Prabhupada says. Actually, we are all servants of our senses. What's happening with us? Prabhupada get into more details. Why are we suffering? We are suffering because we have forgotten our actual situation as servant of Krishna. We have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. That's the cause of suffering. And actually, what is the situation right now? We are all serving our senses in different ways. In the Krishna consciousness movement, our mentality is just the opposite. So what are we doing in Krishna consciousness movement? We're trying to tell people that we are not lords, we are not masters, we are all servants. This is what is being told. We are trying to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. Material world, the mentality is, I am the master, I am the Lord. No, just like now in the present situation, you see, what is this tariff war all about? Every day news is reporting. Because every country wants to be the master, Lord. America thinks America is the master of the whole world. China thinks, no, no, how can you be master? I am also the master. So everybody is trying to enjoy the world or rather want to become the master in their own way. So this clash, competition, right? Whereas this is called material consciousness, competition, trying to control each other, right? Trying to boss over other person. This is how everybody is trying to do in the material world. In every community, every situation, everybody is trying to do this. Whereas in the spiritual understanding, Krishna consciousness means our actual consciousness is what? I am servant of Krishna. Not only servant of Krishna, I am servant of servant of servant of Krishna, which means I am a servant of Krishna's devotee's devotee. Krishna's devotee is servant of Krishna. His servant and his servant, like this, Prabhupada says 100 times servant. So the mood in the spiritual existence is servant mood. The mood in the material world is bossing mood. It's exactly like in the jail, prison house. Recently there was a news about Delhi Tihar jail. It is overcrowded, they say. It's so much overcrowded. The capacity is 70% more than what it's supposed to be. So they're trying to build a new jail. No, new area. They're going to see a bigger area. So why jail? Because these people have violated the rules of the government. They want to become master. What violation is all different things, details. But basically they have violated the established government rules. So you become criminal. Whereas normal citizens are following the rules and regulations of the government. Likewise, the material world means it's a place where we have this criminal mentality. I am the boss. I am the master. I can do whatever I want. I don't mind others' life. Whether they suffer or happy, they're happy. I don't mind. I am happy, bus. This mentality. This is called lording over. Right? Exploiting. So the spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness means you have the attitude of being dasa or servant. Whereas material consciousness means I am the master, I am the boss. Everybody wants to become boss. Right now, I am the boss of, say, I have a company of 100 people. I want to grow, and I want to make a company, big company, all over India, all over the world. I should have 1,000 employees. Just see, bossing, lording over, bossing over. Right? So instead of wanting to become a lord, we want to become the servant of Krishna. This is the remedy, actual remedy for our suffering. Sooner we realize this, that my lording tendency or wanting to become master, lord, is never going to end. It's all going to always increase more and more. Somebody is earning, say, per month 1 lakh rupees. He's endeavoring to see how I can increase my salary, make it double, 2 lakh rupees. Even after getting 2 lakhs, he's not happy. He wants to see that he becomes 5 lakhs. It becomes 5 lakhs. Right? Like this, there's no end. No end to the greed. There's a nice incident in one of the Lord's incarnations known as Lord Vamana Deva. Vamana was a dwarf Brahmana. He appeared as a dwarf Brahmana, basically to say that the demigods, devatas, they were all deprived of their kingdom, heavenly kingdoms. So Lord Vamana appeared to help the devatas to get their kingdom back from the demons. The demons was headed by Bali Maharaj. So Vamana appeared in the arena of sacrifice where Bali was performing, a very important sacrifice, yajna. So there he came as a Brahmana, small Brahmana. So Bali welcomed him as in a very nice way, and then told him, "You are a Brahmana. You ask some charity from me." So Vamana told, "Just give me 3 steps of land." Right. So Bali was very puffed up, and he was too much arrogant that, oh, I am the master of the whole universe. And you want only 3 steps? I can give you one planet. Right? I can give you a lot of other things. You're asking very insignificant things. When somebody is very rich and opulent, this pride comes. Right? Arrogance comes. Bhoga Aishwarya. Right? Means the material enjoyment, material opulence will all create a sense of the arrogance in a person, pride in a person. So Lord Vamana said, Maharaj Bali, actually this greed has no end. You may give me 3 villages or 3 big planets, but even then my greed will not satisfy. A Brahmana is supposed to be satisfied with whatever he gets. It is enough for me, 3 steps. Then, Bali Maharaj was thinking, what is this? Brahmana is not an intelligent person. Right? So like this, people think there is no end for the greed. Greed is like, goes on, unlimited. It's like Krishna says, our greed is like fire. It goes on burning. More it burns within us, more it wants. Any of the qualities like lust, greed, anger. More anger, it generates more anger. More lust, it generates more lust. Not that no, I am having lust now. By satisfying my lust, my lust is over. No, lust will only further increase. Just like the fire. In the fire, you put some fuel. The fire is not going to get extinguished. For that moment, it may look like as though it is little doused. But immediately, once that fire catches up again, it comes with a bigger force. So likewise, lust, anger, greed, all these things are like that. That's why Krishna says these 3 things, lust, anger, greed, are called gates to hell. Trividham narakasyedam kama krodha lobha. Right? So like this, we see, this is the problem. This is the cause of our suffering. So the instruction given by Prabhupada is that this lording over will never satisfy you. We have seen enough examples in this history. There was Hiranyakashipu, there was Ravana. All of them wanted to lord over. But what happened finally? They all finished. Right? Completely, they are not no more in picture anymore. Right? So we want to become servant of Krishna. That is actually real situation which we have to revive. Now people may say this is a slave mentality. When you say become servant of Krishna means, oh, this slave mentality. Why should I become a slave? I shall become the master. Becoming master, no, this is too much. That's why you see the colonization, what happened. It's all basically, again, I want to lord over this whole world. The colonization happened. Even the foreign invasions, what happened in India is all because of that only. Whereas in India, India never wanted to colonize or wanted to lord over others. They have this Vedic culture. But they do not know that this consciousness, I shall become the master, is the cause of all their suffering. Right? Cause of all their suffering is because that is the root cause. I want to become the master. This has to be understood. In the name of becoming master of this material world, we have become the servants of our senses. That's what has happened right now. We all become servants of our senses. We cannot avoid serving. Every one of us sitting in this meeting is a servant. Right? Service is our nature, our constitutional nature. These boys and girls who have taken to Krishna consciousness have agreed to become servants of Krishna. Prabhupada is pointing out his young disciples, Western disciples in the crowd, telling that they're all trying to become servants of Krishna. So their problem is solved. Others are thinking, why shall I become a servant of God? I shall become the master. This is the problem. Actually, no one can become the master. And if someone tries to become the master, he simply becomes the servant of his senses. That's all. Right? More and more, you will say, oh, I am the master. I am the master of this much property, this much business. Actually, you're serving. You're a servant only in different capacity. If a family head says, I am the head of the family, you're servant of your family. You're serving them. You're working hard to maintain them. Or a politician says, he never says, I'm the master. He says, I'm servant. Right? That is the mood. Right? So basically, whatever capacity you are trying to do anything in the material world, your situation as a servant is what is being seen in every situation. So no one can become a master. Someone tries to become the master, he simply becomes servant of his senses. That's all. He becomes the servant of his lust, servant of avarice. Avarice means greed. Servant of his anger, servant of so many things. Actually, we are serving our different qualities of lust, anger, greed, illusion. But constitutionally, we are all servants. What is the situation? Actually, as spirit souls, our situation is that of being a servant. In a higher stage, one becomes servant of humanity, servant of society, servant of his country, whatever it is. If big names you have. But finally, you are servant. You cannot say that I am master. But the actual purpose is to become the master. That is his disease. You will show yourself as a servant externally, but heart of heart, what? Oh, now I got the power. Now I am ruling. Now I'm going to, I am the master of this place. This mood is very prominent in our consciousness. The candidates for the presidency are presenting their different manifestos. I shall serve the country very nicely. Please give me your vote. Right? When election happens, you see many candidates coming and telling this. I will serve better. I will do this. I will do that. What is that? Service to the citizens, common people. Right? You should vote me only. But the real idea is somehow or other to become the master of the country. This is illusion. Right? This is what is happening. So heart of heart, the intention is what? Oh, once I become, this politician, then I have a good time. So we should understand this important point of philosophy. Constitutionally, we are servants. Right? So real situation is I am servant. Nobody can say I am free, I am the master. When Prabhupada uses the word, constitutionally, we should understand this particular word very nicely. Constitutional means what is the makeup of our soul? What is the actual situation of the soul? The actual situation of the soul is that it is servant, having serving attitude, servant of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Swarupa Nitya Krishna Dasa. Constitutional basically means very intrinsic of that particular entity or object. Just like you can say, it is constitutional for the sugar to be sweet. Right? It is constitutional for the chili to be hot. Right? If it is not tasting hot, it is not called chili. And sugar is not tasting sweet. It's not called sugar. Something else it is. Constitutional means very basic, very intrinsic of any object or any entity. So, as spirit souls, our intrinsic nature is to serve. And our original nature of the service is towards Krishna. That is forgotten. That is the root cause of suffering. Prabhupada is trying to point out this particular aspect in this discussion. So nobody can say, I am free, I am the master. Everybody is servant. If someone thinks like that, he is illusion. So I am not serving anybody. I am fully independent. That is not at all our position. Can anybody in this meeting say that he is not the servant of anybody or anything? No. Because our constitutional position is to serve. So Prabhupada now gives the proposal of how serving Krishna is reciprocal. We may serve Krishna or we may serve our senses. There are only two options. No third option. Either you serve Krishna or you serve Maya. Right? That's what it is. Maya means what? Serving your mind, body, senses, others' mind, others' body, other senses, limitedly in the in terms of family or in a more expansive way as a society, as a community, as a country, whatever it is. Only two things are there. Either Krishna service or Maya service. There's nothing three, no third one. Right? Either you can be servant of Krishna or servant of your self, your body, or your extensions of your body in terms of family, society, country. Prabhupada says individual sense gratification or expanded sense gratification. Right? Or you have gratification for Krishna. That is actually a situation. That is called serving. When you serve Krishna, it is we are trying to gratify Krishna. This is called prema. But when you gratify your senses or other senses, in whatever way, that is called kama. Very simple definition. Well, the difficulty is that by serving our senses, we simply increase our misery. This is our experience. We have been seeing in our life. The more we do service to our senses or other senses, only it is ending up in misery, ending up in frustration. Prabhupada gives example of Gandhiji. Gandhiji served the nation. He has dedicated everything for the independence of this country. But he's trying to serve the nation, serve the citizens of the nation. But the very citizens were not happy with him. They are frustrated. And Gandhiji himself also was not satisfied, not happy. He told at one point of time after independence, India got independence, I am the most unhappiest person on this earth. It is nobody so much unhappy other than me. And very soon he was shot dead by the very same countrymen whom he struggled, he served them. He dedicated his life. That is how it is. So the nature of this world is that you try to serve your senses or other senses other than Krishna, it will only create disaster in your life. It will only create misery in our life. For the time being, you may satisfy yourself by taking some intoxicant. This is a time when Prabhupada was talking to youth, Westerners there, who were all in what is known as a hippie movement. They were all having a free life, freestyle life with regard to drugs, sex, and such things. Right? So they are following a lifestyle wherein, you can take drugs and you can intoxicate yourself and go high. Rather forget all the problems. Right? Intoxicant, sometimes when people have a lot of anxieties, problems, they think that they're resorting to some intoxicants. They'll forget the problems or problem is over. It's like some few animals like rabbits. When there's a big danger in front of them, they close their eyes. They think, problem is over now. So intoxication is like that. A lot of problems you're going through. At least you intoxicate yourself, and that intoxicants will make you forget the problems you're going through. Right? So for time being, you may think, my suffering is over by becoming addicted to some intoxicants. Under the spell of the intoxicant, you may think that you are nobody's servant, that you are free. Like somebody who's drunk alcohol. He may say, he may be suffering or going through a lot of problems in his house, but he will think, I have become Prime Minister of India. Right? It's all illusion. But this idea is artificial. As soon as hallucination is gone, again you see that you are a servant. Servant basically means you are subordinate, you are controlled, you are predominated. That's what it means. So we are being forced to serve, but we don't wish to serve. That is the problem right now in a situation. Means our present situation is that if you don't serve Krishna voluntarily, we are forced to serve our senses. And serving senses is miserable. Right? But we don't want to serve. We want to become master always. That is a problem. That is a problem. So what is the adjustment? Adjustment is Krishna consciousness. If you become the servant of Krishna, your aspiration to become the master is immediately achieved. Very wonderful statement. You have to understand this statement a little more deeply. When you become servant of Krishna, our aspiration to become the master is immediately achieved. What does it mean? If I serve Krishna, I become master. That is the point. So very important point. In the material world, when you say servant, 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 servant always feels, he is being exploited, or he is being predominated, or he's being, uh, not properly taken care. This is the type of a thinking we have. Connotation about a servant we have. Servant means he's always suffering, painful situation. In the spiritual world, when you say servant of Krishna, it is not carrying the same connotation. Krishna, with his devotees who consider themselves as servants of Krishna, Krishna has a different type of a relation, not like in the material world, understanding of master servant. Servant is always in a very subordinate situation, always suffering. No. In the spiritual world, Krishna and his devotees, his servants, are all on the same platform, spiritual platform. Everybody is equally enjoying. Krishna reciprocates in that way. Very nice example Prabhupada gives here. We'll see, we'll understand this point. For example, here we see a picture of Krishna and Arjuna. Prabhupada pointing out to Krishna and Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Krishna is the supreme Lord, Arjuna is a human being. But Arjuna loves Krishna as a friend, and in response to Arjuna's friendly love, Krishna has become his chariot driver, his servant. Yes, see. So Krishna, when you accept him as his master, his dear lover, Krishna is ready to reciprocate in that proportion. So Krishna is ready to accept, or rather relate with us as a friend, as a parent. Right? The devotees become parents. Krishna becomes subordinate. And Krishna will take up the role of a lover, like with the gopis, queens of Dwaraka. Right? So Lord is ready to reciprocate in any way what you want, the way you want, in pure devotional service. But here in the material world, all these things are imitations. A family, a friendship, or whatever different things we are experiencing in the material world is only an imitation. The imitation is just giving a sense of, oh, I'm enjoying. But actually, you're not enjoying, you're suffering. If a husband thinks, I am the master of this house, I'm controlling my wife, everything, it is actually serving them. He has to take all that misery, all the troubles of, all the maintenance of the family, house, everything. That is what is serving them. In the spiritual world, it is not like that. Krishna is taking care of his devotees so well. Devotees never feel as though, they are having this mood or attitude of, oh, we are being subdued, we are being predominated. No. They have this understanding that Krishna is ready to do any service for me. Just like Arjuna, he is a servant, in one sense. He's a devotee. But Krishna is taking the role of chariot driver to Krishna, to Arjuna. There's a point. Like this, we see many instances with regard to Pandavas and Kurus. Krishna acted as a messenger, peace messenger. Yudhisthira Maharaj gave wrote a letter. Krishna told, I will deliver this to the Kauravas, Duryodhana and party. He became a messenger. He became a well-wisher. He became, he was in various ways, Krishna was so closely associated with them. Similarly, if we become reinstated in our transcendental loving relationship with Krishna, our aspiration and for mastership will be fulfilled. Right? So, the mastership here basically means when in friendship, there's equality. Right? So, whereas with regard to ordinary understanding of in the material world, if you have friends, not that friendship will always be good. Anytime it can become bitter, the relationship. Right? Or you want to become a parent. Right? The relationship of parent and children, anytime it can strain. Whereas with regard to Krishna, you become just like Yashoda, Nanda, they were parents of Krishna. They were actually lording over Krishna, mastering over Krishna. Yashoda used to scold Krishna, why did you eat mud? Why did you do that? She was always controlling Krishna. See, Krishna who is controlling everything, he is controlled by a devotee. That is called mastering. Prabhupada has want us to introduce us to this concept. How when you become servant of Krishna, or you establish yourself in transcendental loving relationship with Krishna, All those aspirations which in the material world we are trying to imitate can be fulfilled in a proper spiritual way. If you agree to serve Krishna, gradually you will see that Krishna is also serving you. This is the question of realization. That's why the bhakti is not one-sided, it is reciprocal. The more the devotee want to serve Krishna, the more Krishna want to serve the devotee. That's the point. It's not one-sided. In the material world, the servant is serving the master, master is enjoying. Right? Whereas servant is suffering. Right? That's how the material world situation is. Whereas spiritual, that's why the envy is there and there's suffering and people want to, somehow I want to become the master. I want to enjoy that power. That's why people are all hankering for that material world. Whereas spiritual world, more you want to serve Krishna, more he want to serve you in whatever best way possible. So if you want to get free of the service of this material world, the service of our senses, then we must direct our service toward Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness. Very profound statement. Right? In the material world, we're all trying to do service in different ways to ourselves or our extended selves in form of family, community. This will never satisfy you. It will only create more and more suffering, more and more misery. Right? So, if you can divert our service attitude, the mood of our service to Krishna, that is going to give us a remedy or solution to all the problems. It's just that we have to change the object of our service. Object of our service should be Krishna. Then things will be very good, wonderful. Right? So we will continue our discussions in the next session. I'll conclude here. If anybody want to ask anything, discuss something, you can take a few points.
Prabhuji,
yes.
Little clarification.
Yeah.
Say the consciousness and Krishna, both are same?
Consciousness and Krishna. Your question is whether both are same.
Yeah.
It's your
why this question? Say we say consciousness. It cannot be related, cannot be pierced, cannot be, So, and then we say God resides in every one of us.
Okay.
Now, and because of consciousness, our gross body, our subtle body, our causal body, they are inert, basically inert. They get sentiency because of consciousness.
Yes.
So consciousness and Krishna, they're doing the, God also giving, energy to us to live.
Yeah.
So that way is consciousness and Krishna are
same. Okay. Let me answer your question. Your question is like asking, is sun and the sunshine same? Right? So answer.
No, sun and sunshine are two different things.
No, both are same and different simultaneously.
Yeah, both.
Right? No, let me answer. Yeah. Let me answer your question. Then you can again.
Okay.
So I gave the example of sun and sunshine to make us understand. Sun, without sun, there is no existence of sunshine. Right? Without sun, there is no sunshine. Sunshine cannot independently exist. Right? The source of sunshine is sun. So consciousness is the symptom of soul. If there is no soul, there is no consciousness. It's like the dead body is not conscious or is not aware of its existence. Why? Because the soul has departed the body. Correct? So, likewise, the soul means there is consciousness. Krishna means he is complete, fully conscious personality. Right? So, when you have Krishna in your mind, means you are having consciousness of Krishna. What did Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita about this Krishna? When Krishna says, I am the taste in water.
Yes.
This is the consciousness of Krishna. Krishna says, I am taste in water. Then what it is? Taste. What is the taste? Then what is the explanation we have? We don't have any explanation. When Krishna has told, this is what I am, he's trying to make us understand, as consciousness, I am all pervading. I am super consciousness. Krishna says. Whereas our consciousness is limited to our body. Our soul consciousness, individual soul consciousness, is limited to our body. Krishna is super consciousness. The understanding of super consciousness, Krishna gives in a explanation of this in various ways in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, I am the taste in water, I am the light of the sun and the moon. When you see sun, right, bright sun outside, what it is actually? Krishna says, I am that light in the sun. From my energy it is coming. So Krishna is that supreme consciousness who is all pervading. Sarva khalam idam brahma. Right? So spiritual world's nature is everything is conscious. Every aspect in the spiritual world is conscious. The soil is conscious. In the material world, material objects are not conscious. Matter is not conscious. For us, consciousness means awareness, knowledge aspect. He knows. If I say this mobile is not conscious. It's an object. Only when I operate it, it will start functioning. So matter in the material world is not conscious. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, it is apara prakriti, which is the inferior energy. It has to be manipulated by spirit. Whereas spirit soul is conscious. Right? It is a superior energy. But we are also energy. But Krishna's existence, when you say Krishna consciousness, Krishna is not energy. Krishna is the supreme personality. Consciousness is energy. Just like there's a statement in Bhagavad Gita. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. In my unmanifested form, I pervade all creation, Krishna says. So, when you say consciousness of Krishna, it means Krishna's energy working in that way. His energy is so wonderfully working that all the different aspects, which otherwise we have limited understanding of consciousness working. In our case, for example, Prabhupada gives example. If you want to, say, eat masala dosa. Okay. So, for masala dosa, I have to, I got a thought, I want to eat masala dosa. For what? Either you have to ask your wife or your family, can you prepare masala dosa? And they will also see whether they have the batter. So many things, preparations have to be made. Or else I have to, right now it is simple, order Zomato, will come. Some action you have to do.
Right.
In our consciousness level. Whereas Krishna wants to eat masala dosa is immediately appeared there. That is his consciousness. His consciousness is endowed with jnana, bala, kriya, and things happen automatically. That is Krishna consciousness. Krishna's consciousness. In our consciousness, we are limited. There is a lot of endeavor required. You can only desire. Other things, so many other factors are there. To see that whatever you are trying to be conscious, to be fulfilled. That's the difference. So, when you say Krishna consciousness means, when Krishna is within us, rather Krishna's understanding, his meditation is within us, then things work in a very, on a transcendental platform. This transformation in our consciousness. Because you are connecting with a high level, high voltage point. Prabhupada gives example. Say you are going in a bicycle and maybe your friend is going in a, very new, latest, two-wheeler, is going at 100 km speed. So he'll say, just hold me. Then what happens? The cycle is going at 10 km speed. It will pick up the speed. Zoom. So Krishna consciousness means, in a simple words, dovetailing our consciousness right now in the material realm, which is all struggling and trying to, do so many things, which is all finally frustrating, disappointing, and connect our consciousness to Krishna. Wherein you are elevated, lifted. You will experience same thing as what Krishna is going to experience. What Krishna is experiencing as of now. It's like, you going at a high altitude and seeing from top. Because you have been lifted. You don't have capacity to do on your own. But because you got connected to or that you got an instrument or a arrangement in such a way that you are also able to experience it. That is called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means you get connected with that supreme consciousness, and your consciousness also expands like Krishna. But always, even when you are Krishna conscious, your position as a infinitesimal or a very insignificant Atma is always there. You will not forget your situation. Oh, I have become Krishna. I have become Krishna qualitatively, not quantitatively. That is where the impersonalists or the Mayavadis mistake. They say, yes, Aham Brahmasmi. I have become Brahman. But I am not Supreme Brahman. I am not Param Brahman. I am Anu Brahman. This is understanding. Hope it is clear.
Right.
Okay. Any other? Thank you. Any question? Other question? Yeah.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Subarnaji, tell me, please.
Yeah. Prabhuji, yeah. I have a very silly question again. That here we are learning that we are not supposed to serve this material realm. Rather, we should serve the Krishna, the supreme divinity. So what happens? Like, do we stop serving the material duties, whatever we have?
Okay.
I mean, how do we connect?
Where is that link? Where is that connection or the?
Yes, Prabhuji. How can we do that? Karma yoga.
That is what Krishna explaining in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, you have a family. You are in the family. You have to eat. Krishna is telling, instead of eating, simply cooking and eating, you offer food to me and eat. Simple. Ho gaya. Krishna consciousness. Because you're acknowledging the food is coming from Krishna. This food Krishna has given me. So he is the master. So I'm just offering this. There's a procedure of offering. Krishna says, Patram puspam balam toyam. You offer it to me. Acknowledge that I have given this food. Offer it with love and devotion. This is the beginning. Prasadam. Having prasadam every day, which means prasadam means what? You're acknowledging that Krishna has given this. So Krishna is not telling the material world is one realm, and spiritual world is one more realm, something different. No. Prabhupada says very clearly, this material world is a reflection of spiritual world. Krishna is trying to teach us through Bhagavad Gita that in the material realm itself, you can spiritualize yourself. Every activity what you do can be spiritualized. It may be the act of eating, or it may be the act of walking also. Walking, see, out of 9 types of devotion we do, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnum, right? You heard, no? Hearing, chanting, remembering is one aspect of service. One of the aspects, 9 types is called Pada Sevanam. Right? We do have Pada Sevanam, means using our legs for going to a mall or whatever it is for some gratification for myself. Right? Or myself or my extended self. But Krishna says, if you use it for Krishna's service, going to temple every day, or if you can, go for a parikrama, it is using for Krishna seva, Pada Sevanam. So like that, there are recommendations given in Bhagavad Gita how every aspect of your present material life can be spiritualized. And it will all, it will all give you the real spiritual Atmananda, real happiness within you, and you can experience it actually, Krishna says. Right? So, basically it is to, Prabhupada uses the word dovetailing. Right? You are working like a big businessman. Now, Prabhupada says, work for Krishna. Means the results what you get, offer it to Krishna. Yat karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhoshi. Means whatever work you do, I am doing it for Krishna. And how to do it for Krishna? There are instructions in Bhagavad Gita, as Prabhupada has explained to us, that we have to have proper guidance. So, in a family life, whatever you are, Prabhupada says, don't change your situation. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. Wherever you are, you stay. Whatever situation you are a family, husband, wife, children, everything. Not that you have to give up everything and become a sannyasi tomorrow. No. You remain in your family life. you spiritualize your actions. Every aspect of your life can be spiritualized. Right? Because right now, if you see our whole in our life in every day, what are we doing? We are going in a routine aspect of say getting up, getting ready, going to office or professional work or whatever it is. It becomes sort of a mechanical type of life. What for you're working for? So I have to maintain my family. I have to maintain my society. So many things. You have your own aspirations. So Krishna is telling, expand this aspiration and make me a center. You go to office, think that I am going to office to work for Krishna, because the results what I'm going to get from office work or business, I'm going to offer to Krishna. Oh yeah, that is how the material realm becomes spiritual realm. It's just that, Prabhupada says, gives example of electrical energy. An expert electrician, electrical engineer knows the same electrical energy can be used for heating or for refrigeration. Same electrical energy. So, this is all energy of Krishna only. If you use it for your personal sense gratification, it becomes matter. Use it for Krishna, it becomes spiritual. Just like we are building a new big temple. Same bricks, same steel, same stone, everything, everything. But it is used for Krishna. Spiritualized. And anybody who is contributing, coming forward to be part of this whole project, they also get benefited spiritually. This is what Krishna says. So when we are living here in the material world, utilize every opportunity, every resource what we have, which Krishna has given us for his service. Sarvarpana Samarpanam. Then it becomes spiritualized. Otherwise, no. In my bank account, there should be 10 crores for Krishna, 10 rupees. Then Krishna will be that much only for you. So you should understand that more I surrender, more I engage in everything what I have at my command, resources. Krishna has given. Right? Krishna wants sarvadharman parityaja. Fully surrender. Then Krishna also reciprocates accordingly. Now I'm holding something, just like Draupadi example is given, Prabhupada gives. Draupadi was thinking when she was lost in the bet, gambling match. She was thinking, my husbands will help me, Bhishma will help me. Nobody came for help. Finally, she lifted her hands and said, Krishna, Govinda, you only help me. Krishna came. Because until then, she was not having that, that understanding, Krishna, I have to pray for Krishna. Like that, we think, this will help me, that will help me. Nothing will help you. It will only make you suffer. Krishna, I am surrendering everything to you. Please, you only take care. Krishna will take care. That's the point. Okay, fine. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Not able to hear you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, it is little more clarification is required, Prabhuji. Like it is what you are explaining is directly we are serving Krishna in the temple, building temple, and offering bhog prasadam to bhoga to Lord and all. Yeah, this is one direct approach. But Prabhuji, if you see someone affected or the serving the nature, like people are chopping the trees without any logic and all those stuff. So if we are stopping them or we are doing some good work for the good cause of the nature, to save nature or some well-being of human race altogether or the animal kingdom altogether, so how do we connect that to Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji?
Hey, Subarnaji, what all we can do, tell me. First of all, to understand our limitations. Right? We have to understand that, again, somebody is cutting the tree, somebody is harming something. I want to stop it. I want to do, connect it to this way, that way. If you go on analyzing like this, there are so many things happening around us.
Yes.
Again, this lauding tendency, it should happen the way I want.
Mm-hmm.
This mentality, this attitude, we should give up. Okay? Even in your own house, there'll be thousands of ants. Some are getting crushed every day under your feet also. How are you protecting them? You don't have control. Things are such that knowingly, unknowingly, something is happening from your side also. Prabhupada says, you run a mixie, so many bacteria getting crushed and died. You get the karma of that. Okay. So maybe you have gone out of station and you didn't water the plants. Summer, too few plants died. You'll get karma for that in your garden. In your garden.
Yes, yes.
So like this, there are so many small things which you did not intentionally do it, but it has happened. So like this, if you go on analyzing our everyday activities, everyday life, there's so many things beyond your control. You never thought, I'm walking this way to go to the market. I saw there is maybe a small insect. Suddenly I crushed, my leg went on it and it's died. Oh, my vehicle, suddenly passed over maybe one animal while I was driving. So like this, so many things beyond your control and beyond your actual real intention not to harm, it has happened. Right? Many things are happening. So what to do, what not to do, as of now, with regard to what's happening in my life, it's not in your control. But you can always do one thing with regard to trying to keep your consciousness in Krishna. So instead of bothering ourselves with somebody is cutting the tree and you can't stop, you can stop. But will he agree to stop? He'll give his reasoning. No, I have to cut this. So it'll only simply create more and more tension, anxiety in you. I told him, he didn't stop. So you become tensed. I told this person not to do, but even then he's doing. So this creates one more tension and anxiety in you. So better is to do our prescribed duty. Whether is it my duty to go and, yes, of course, somebody is doing something obviously wrong, I can go and tell. Whether it is my, whether that person is my domain to tell him, is the point. So you have to understand our limitation. Right? So, and work accordingly. But because we have limited time, our area of activities is limited. We cannot go on thinking, I should do that, I should do this. So Krishna says, instead of thinking like that, just you water the root. That is, you just satisfy Krishna in every activity what you're trying to do. There is no such indirect or direct method here. Only one solution is there, serving Krishna. Whatever you do, serve Krishna. Whether that activity, what I am doing is pleasing Krishna or not, is the yardstick. Anything else you do is only going to entangle you. It will only further implicate you and it will only create more tensions in you.
Right, Prabhuji.
World doesn't work the way we want or we think. World works in a different fashion. Everybody, Prabhupada says, everybody want to enjoy the world in their own way. So you are going to obstruct his enjoyment. He will only rebel. He will only oppose. He will become your enemy. Why you have to create unnecessary enmity?
Yeah.
Right. What is in our domain? What is that, which I have, I have to do as my duty, let me do. As I gave examples of how, okay, in mixie, I kill so many bacteria, plants, whatever. This is in your control. You do something for that. Beyond that, it is not your scope. You are not responsible for that. Krishna is saying, laws of nature, laws of karma will take care. Okay, fine.
Yeah, right, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.